Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to me after my little mini break last time. Let's get this going here. I'm very, very anxious to get back into the old RimWorld. Sorry, I had to turn the spinny thing on. Where is Portia when I need her? Positive, Crimson, Martin, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Again, a little break last weekend. Mrs. Dave and I went off on a little weekend getaway, so no stream last week. I did make some minor adjustments to the settings, so just give me a check on audio, make sure everything sounds good. Buzzkill needs a recap. So do I, Buzzkill. So do I. So we're at our new home, and by our home, I mean somebody else's home where I'm going to use the word landed. In the strictest legal definition of it, we landed in their backyard, and then we murdered all of them. So their home is now our home. We live here now, and they don't because they're dead. Also, we've taken all their food. I'm pretty sure that's about the recap that we need. Let's get things going a little bit here. Knife, how are you doing broadly? Yeah, you've been shot a bunch of times, but hey, who hasn't, right? Am I right? I'm right. Oh, I'm glad to be back. Okay. Cavto, Mo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay, tigers indeed. No actual tigers here, but yay, tigers. Tigers are great. We love tigers. All right. What do I need to do? Check on the baby first. The very, very inconvenient baby, Harry Igor. Oh, Bertha's coming in right now. Gonna do a little feeding there, I imagine. No health conditions, that's good. And you're hungry, but not for long. I think Bertha's got the hookup, as the kids say these days. Bertha's got the hookup on that, so she's got you covered, kid. Hang on, coffee needs to live inside my face. Oh wow, I needed that. It's my giant mug too, so I got a ways to go. Okay, so I've had thoughts because I always do. I love having thoughts. Thoughts are excellent. Thoughts are wonderful. My thought is, are we basically going to plan on taking off again, or do we maybe want to make a go at living here? Because this is a giant mountain I could start carving into. A giant mountain. Failed sleep. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How was my long weekend? My long weekend was fantastic. Mrs. Dave and I had a great time. We went down south, and I gave my last $2 to a drag queen. True story. So it was a great weekend. We had a really, really good time. We just, ate food and shopped and did stuff like that. This is the human leather map quest. Yeah, we're not going to do that. As much as every fiber of my being cries out to trade human leather for finances, not really ideal. Is the freezer okay? Because we did take a little bit of damage in our thing. How is the freezer? The freezer is 75%. That's as much of a freezer as anyone needs. So I'm going to think about whether we want to live here. In the meantime, I'm going to expand the ship. Syrincha, welcome, welcome. I can't move this, right? No, this isn't a really inconvenient spot. Actually, it might not be. I might be able to just kind of carve right down here. I want to duplicate this. Basically, I want another wing on our spaceship here. So what is everyone broadly up to these days? All right, so Stench is on plants, okay. Berg is on crafting. Knife, when he gets up, will be on #1 research, which is good. I really need a recap on what we have and have not researched. Because, all right, we're working on fishing right now. We've done biofuel. We've done packaged survival meals. That's cool. We've got basic grav tech, of course. But not much else. We haven't even learned machining yet. Can you live here with them hunting you? Well, that's kind of what I want to test drive, Poxitive. How big a deal is this? Les, welcome, welcome. How big a deal is this? Is it just going to be like 2 mechs who show up? I'm sure, much like any raid, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, but I can begin to build defenses. I kind of feel I might take a shot at least setting up a semi-permanent camp here, because I've got a very, very defensible position. This is very easy for us to defend. What are those? Come here. Come here. What are you? Are you Quail? Oh, you're Quail. Okay, cool. Not Dan Quail. Is he alive? Is Dan Quail still alive? That's the question for comments today. Discuss. All right, so let me see if I can start doing some things here. Again, I do want to keep, wherever we land and wherever we go, I want to keep improving the ship as we go along. So Odyssey, grav ship structure, and I want to do this in the diagonal so it matches the other Who's it there. I want to drag this to here? Here? Is it here? Might be here. Let's give that a shot. Let's see what happens. And then just start kind of filling things out a little bit here. So that, and then I should have enough panels to do all of this. And that bit, bring all of that in here. And like that. Is that what I want to do? I feel that might be what I want to do. We'll check it out. Crimson's saying it's a big raid. Big raid. Okay, so maybe we don't live here. Maybe we just keep increasing the ship size and moving as we go. There's nothing wrong with that either. There's a whole big planet to explore. We can explore it a lot more easily. Knife, any shot of you getting up anytime in the near future? Steven, welcome. No, probably not. It's just that I want to get the research going on, and we're not doing any of that right now. Stench, what do you have to go do? You're sewing. Okay, good. Yeah, keep the food coming in, although we did land with a decent amount of food. We've got 44 meals, 5 packaged survival meals, and we're already starting the murders. The hunting is already happening. Anything else we should be murdering, by the way? Bunch of birds. Go ahead and take out that turkey, and then try and take out a couple of does while you're at it. And everyone's basically going to bed. I wouldn't mind seeing if we could get maybe just like one separate bedroom for anyone, or other idea, different idea, maybe getting a prison, just a small prison room. Dan Quayle is grouse shooting, like right at this exact moment. Do you live with Dan Quayle? Do you know him personally? Did he like text you? Because that's odd. Yeah, Dan's out grouse shooting. He told me. He texted me this morning. He said, "Hey Les, I know we were going to have breakfast, but I got this really good opportunity to shoot some grouse, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that because I'm Dan Quayle." And you're like, "Okay, thanks for checking in, Dan." All right, are we building a Cylon ship? Possibly, except it would be going the other direction because the thrusters go that way towards the piloting station up there. Dan was at a spelling bee. Wow, everybody knows way more about Dan Quayle than I do. That's probably for the best. I don't think Dan Quayle wants me to know a lot about him. I don't think Dan Quayle is watching this, which I'm sure he probably is. He doesn't have a lot else going on except for the grouse shooting. But I'm sure he's probably watching this. He's a regular viewer, I imagine. Saying, boy, I hope Dave doesn't know too much about me. Are you intentionally making a wrench-shaped ship? It's a constant evolution, Mo. It's a constant evolution. That's all I can say about this. Everything I do is my brain is a constant evolution. Mo, I don't know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. The only thing I can guarantee you is it will be genius. You'll be looking at it going, I have no idea what's going on, but it's complete genius. I'm watching live genius here. Hashtag geniusosity. So that's the only thing I can tell you. I was actually thinking about this last night because I basically spend my days either playing RimWorld or thinking about playing RimWorld. Really, the optimal design would be a Borg ship. It would be a box. You just want to maximize your space, although the diagonal walls are wicked cool. Wicked cool, and I'm really glad they added those. It's not actually that efficient in terms of space management. Your ideal shape would be a Borg ship. A big cube would be your best shape possible in order to maximize your space. This may evolve into a cube. I have no idea. Or it may evolve into another camel. I just don't know. Hang on. There's not enough coffee living on my tongue, and I need to rectify that. That's better. Okay. Stench, you're not going to get up in time to do any sort of surgery. People have tattered apparel. Knife and Berg. Okay, we don't actually have a lot of clothing. That's the problem. Nor indeed do we have a huge capacity to make clothing. We've got human leather. Oh, sorry, that's camel hide. It looks exactly like human leather. What exactly are your major problems with your gear? Okay, your shirt is pretty bad. Yeah, that is a pretty terrible shirt. No lie there. And Berg, how about you? Your pants are pretty bad. Okay, so if I could bang out a quick pair of pants and a shirt, that'd be fine. Maybe that's what this room is going to be. Maybe I move some production stuff into here and see how that goes. I feel I've done this wrong. I feel this is one tile too big. I need it to match, and it's not matching. Move things on a little bit faster there. Let's get this going. Yeah, a cube would be your ideal shape, much like this, except, it's a spaceship and it has thrusters or something like that. It's important to be thrusting at all times. So it would be basically this, and then you could carve it up into little rooms like this. That would seem to make the most sense. Your camel ship looks like the Roadrunner. Not completely wrong, although I haven't put the final leg of the camel on. So I can see your confusion there, Crimson. I can see your confusion. You're saying that looks like the Roadrunner. And what I'm saying is that is an unfinished camel. An unfinished camel looks like a Roadrunner. Go ahead, go get a camel. I don't know if you have a camel merchant near where you are. You might. I don't. So go get a camel. They're pretty expensive, actually. Maybe rent a camel. Ambi, our favorite alcoholic chicken, welcome. So go get a camel if you have a local camel. All right. You're going to need to be able to afford the camel. Let's back this up. So first things first, check your bank account, see if you have enough for a camel. If not, maybe consider a small camel loan. Once you've got your camel loan in place, the interest on that is exorbitant, by the way, because they know how desperate you are for a camel, and they're like, we can just charge you so much interest on a small camel loan. Once you've got your finances under control, go to your local camel merchant, if indeed you have one, and buy one. Buy a camel. I don't know if you can rent them. I don't think you can. Maybe you can lease them. Maybe a lease-to-own kind of thing. I don't know. It's been a long time since I owned a camel. I'm sure the rules have changed at this point. So once you've acquired your camel in whatever way that is, what I want you to do is like hold your hand up in front of the camel and close one eye. I would suggest probably don't cut the camel in half. All right? The camel is going to be very annoyed by that for a start. It's very messy. And now you have a dead camel that you just paid for. Okay, so you don't have any return on your investment there. I mean, a used camel, sure, you can sell off a used camel. But if you are selling off half of a dead camel, that's not going to go down well. Unless you're selling it to a butcher. Catonius, welcome, welcome. So all of that being put together, you're going to put your hand up in front of the camel and close one eye. And then at that point, you could see that it indeed does look like a roadrunner. So there's your confusion right there. You're saying half a camel does look like a roadrunner. I understand all of that. Go test drive that yourself at your local camel merchant after acquiring a small camel loan where the interest is exorbitant. Kolale, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, back to work here now that we've gotten camels out of the way. I guess everybody needed camel information today. Oh, there's a party. Oh, wait, Knife. I was going to say Knife's not going. Knife's up. Where are you? You're going to the party. The party is just down here in a field. Pretty far away, actually, guys. Very, very far away. The party's over. Party's done. Did we land near fish? We did. Okay, so there are fish over there in that small puddle. They're puddle fish. It's the best kind. Hang on, coffee. Camels are moody because they always have the hump. Aha! My dad made that joke. Oh, that's a classic dad joke. You can't get rid of that one. That one's eternal. That joke will be going long after you and I are gone. Knife's back in the hospital, which is unfortunate because we're getting no research done. Is there anyone else who could be doing research? Stench could do it a little bit. Why don't we put you on 2? If you don't have any plant work to do, why don't you do that? And where did I? Okay, the stove is up here. Can we get? Oh, actually, we've made a lot of meals. Why don't we bump that up? We're getting more food. We may as well have more meals in play. There we go. Cat is summoning a lap. Sally Cat, I totally understand that. Enjoy your volcano lair, because you are, in fact, a James Bond level supervillain. What with the lasers and the brain dissection and all. We won't bring that up again. It's a complicated thing. If you weren't there, you weren't there. All right, what's next on the agenda? Heel root is going in. The psychite is going in. Oh, sorry, that's cotton. We've got other things going up here. This is for potatoes. Why did I put potatoes up there? I'm not sowing them. It must have been their potatoes. I don't want their potatoes. I want our potatoes. I mean, I took their berries. There's no reason to take everything else. Also, what's the temp on the main part? Wow, it's 93 in here. Okay, could we move this? No, but we could build a copy of it, say, nowhere. I really don't have anywhere to put this. There, I guess. Let's try and chill the room down a little bit here. I wonder if I should put a vent in there. I should probably put a vent in there. Knife's fully healed. That's cool. And the party is long over. If I put a vent in there, that'll help with the temperature. I bet it's very, very warm in there. Yeah, it's 82 in here. Let's do that. Let's put a vent in there. I think that's a fair thing to do. So I'm assuming I can just punch that through like any wall. All right. They're not making any move. Who's supposed to be on construction duty, please? Either Stench or Knife, one of the two. It's just that Stench and Knife have other things to do. Stench, I'm going to back you off of planting because I think you've got pretty much everything done that we want done at this point. Badger, welcome, welcome, welcome. I think we've got everything done. I want the extension of the spaceship to continue. If we keep jumping and going to a new place, I want the ship to be bigger every time and have more stuff in it. Still thinking about a prison room. Boy, it's tight on space. It's all about space management. Not space like the stars. We'll get there later. I mean, space just cramming stuff in here. Why do I have no power? Because I have no power generator except for solar, and it's nighttime. That's why I don't have any power there. All right. Let's see if we can rectify that. How about we put up a basic wood-fired generator, like right here. And that can tap into all of that and just kind of keep us going for right now. Might start thinking about taking down some of this stuff. The more I'm thinking about it, the less I'm thinking that we're going to stay here until we've got better weapons, better armor, and can put together some better defenses. Knife's back on research duty, though, and he's almost done with fish. Wow, you are tearing through that knife. How smart are you? Oh, you're pretty smart. You are a pretty smart cookie, as they say. And there we go. Fishing is done. Let's get right into smithing then. Let's start the normal chain here and just get that going. And, oh, the Geniusosity is ready to launch again, which is good. I'm going to set up a fishing zone over here. So, fishing zone, kind of right here. All right, go fishing over there. And that'll be really, 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 really easy to get food out of that. Morbid, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Stench is finally working on this. And I got to have a think about how I'm going to rearrange this. I would not mind... Actually, how is this going to go? There's going to be hull there. Or rather, the hull walls there. And then up through there. I'm just going to have to put it all together and just deconstruct what I don't want. Oh, wait a minute. I have a generator. Cancel that. I have a wood-fired generator. I just don't always remember these things. Knife, can you take a break and just refuel that, please? There's wood right there, man. Just refuel that. And DeHook is just demonically cleaning right now. Cleaning up everything. Oh, what a good kid. Are you a good kid? I don't remember. I know I abducted you. Well, again, abduction indicates that I might at some point return you. I'm not. So Birth is in a work frenzy. What is a mech hive signal? Massive gravtech energy reading indicating the mech hive is hidden somewhere in orbit. If I could find it, I could shut it down. I assume this is the end game. I assume this is how we win in Odyssey. Production and control platforms that birth mechanoids and coordinate their actions. And they're powered by a persona core. Collect more graphic technology and track it down. I assume that is our end game. We go, take out the mother hive mech, and then we're all safe forever. Yay! Okay, this is kind of coming together-ish. Maybe another one there? I'm really not sure how I did this. So we're just going to throw things in there, and then I'll figure it out when I start putting the walls up. I think if I just, draw a line down here. I think I've done one too many. No, one too few is actually what I mean. Do those. And then kind of vaguely call me when you're done, I think. Graph structure is blocked. By what? What's blocked? I don't think it's blocked. Don't look blocked to me, kid. Don't look blocked to me. You're right, Buzzkill. The tail helps him clean himself, I assume. And acts as a brush. So as he's moving, he is brushing up behind him, which is good. It's good the kid is keeping busy here. Let's do... See, I did hull right down here, and I really didn't need to do that. That hull, apart from just separating a room, doesn't really need to be there. I'm losing space there. Let's just try something a little bit different. I know I don't need this one either, but if I don't do that one, it's just going to make me nuts. It's going to make me completely insane. So could we do... Yeah, I've completely done this wrong. I just want this to go like that, I think. Or is it like that, and then fill in other bits? How many have I got down there? You know what? Just do it, Dave. You're grossly overthinking this. You're trying to keep these people entertained. You are grossly overthinking this. Just put stuff in and then figure it out later. Kymirno, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're building a little bit more of the ship. As you can see, it's a very, very exciting time around here. It's a super exciting time around here. Berg is reading a book, which is less exciting. But I'm drinking coffee, which is, again, exciting. So on balance, you're up on excitement. You're up on excitement. You're positive on excitement. All right. I don't need this bit. No, I definitely don't need that bit. So that bit can go. You know what? I'm just going to wait for them to finish it. I'm just going to go ahead and wait for them to finish it. Wouldn't mind a light in here, by the way. So let's just get a little bit of light right there. That'll help with the butcherizing and the whatnot. And the pump shotgun, who dropped that? Somebody must have dropped that. So, yeah, it's probably knife. Can you go get that pump shotgun, please? Let's make sure you're armed. There we go. Is everyone else vaguely armed? Berg has a bow. Stench has a machine pistol. Bertha has a machine pistol. DeHook has a bow. And Igor is a baby. Okay. Can't arm the kid quite yet. The baby is going great. So Harry Igor, the baby, is doing just fine. Has no health conditions. Doing just super. And is basically happy. Honestly, Harry Igor is probably the happiest kid in this colony. Doing just fine. Everyone else is having a horrible time. They're all sleeping in one giant bed, apparently, separated by a baby, which is awkward. You don't want to roll over on that thing. They hate that. They just hate that. And Knife's out here doing some research. Probably doesn't want to sleep in the giant bed with everybody else. I get it. I understand that. See, this bit definitely doesn't need to be there. Deconstruct that. Okay, I see vaguely what I've done wrong here. Vaguely. This needed to come straight down. Okay, I can fix that. I can fix all of this. I'm a genius. So do that, and then deconstruct. No, not that bit. Okay, cancel that for right now. Deconstruct. I'll figure it out as it goes along. You know what? I will just figure it out as it goes along. Again, try not to overthink this too much. Contract helpers, you say. One colonist, 13 years or older, to serve him for 7 days. Hey, DeHook, how old are you? What am I getting out of it? Honor. That's cool. Yay. Not really in a position to put up a throne room. I don't know what I would do to get a throne room going at this point. And then prestige helmet. That's cool. And goodwill. I gotta say, the rewards are not really worth it. I'm not in a position to get into royalty right now. Where am I going to put a throne room? In a very, very tiny spaceship. That's just not going to work out. So I think instead we'll just say thanks, but no thanks, and I don't really want to deal with that. All right, I need that part works. Can we get that part to go? They'll figure it out as they go. Grundle, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, what else do you think I need? Clothing. Okay. Don't actually need to put anything in the ship right now. Why don't we just put a basic thing over here? Just a hand tailor bench will work just fine. No real need to even put up the powered one. I know it's not in a workshop. We're all going to learn to cope with that information. Stop yelling at me, game. Put that there, and then I might just deconstruct those for right now. So it'll have a bit of a work penalty. Should probably put some power over there, or rather a light over there. So put a standing lamp right there. Why do they always make the chairs first? Can't we just put the throne on top of the ship? We've experimented with things outside of the ship, Martin, and great idea. I love the fact that you're thinking. It hasn't worked out spectacularly well so far. I could definitely see in the future that we've got a big throne room that would hold all of that, but not today. Yeah, see, this is a hot mess. I have done this so wrong. That does not need to exist at all. Neither does that, and neither does that. Oh, they have done this, though, so they can put that in there. This doesn't need to live here. Deconstruct that. Somehow this is all going to be correct. Not really sure how, but it will all work. When I am done with this, this will all make a vague degree of sense, I think. It might not. Okay, so that's done. And then that can go. And then, can that piece go? No, I need more pieces here. I need a cut and paste is what I need. You know what? It's just going to have to look like what it looks like. I think I need foundation pieces in here. I think that's what I need. And then I need to deconstruct. No, I've actually made this bigger than the other side. Okay, so fun fact, it's going to have to be a little lumpy around here. All right, not our colonist Lumpy. Lumpy's great. We love Lumpy. Deconstruct all of that. Do put this bit in, though. I like that bit. That's a fun bit. Yes, I know the quest has failed. Yeah, we're not doing Bog's Breakout. Sonat, I have a plan. The plan is genius. Hashtag geniusosity. The plan is to watch live Genius until all of this comes together, and you're like, oh my god, I hate the fact that he does this. Why does this all work when he's done with this? This is up, though. So let's get some bills going here. So let's try and make, I don't know, a couple of shirts, a couple of hats, a couple of everything. Do like 3 shirts, and we won't really have the things we need to do this. Ancient stockpile. Okay, just hold tight there, game. I'll be there in the fullness of time, I assure you. Make like 3 pairs of pants. That's fine. Just try and do that. We're going to need more leather for that, so let's just slaughter all the local wildlife. Thank you very much. The ancient stockpile. Okay, so we've got another grav core and more gravlite panels. Where is it? Is it close by? Because that could maybe be our next jump. Where? Oh, are we down here? Is that us? No, that's a farming worksite. Where are we in relation to this? Wow, there's a lot of stuff. There's so much stuff around here. That's not us. That's somebody else. That's the Moki folk. Where am I? Where do I live? Landed ship. Yeah, me. No, that's not me at all. That's something completely different. Do I look like I'm over there? Don't view orbit. That was a terrible idea. Where am I? Mechanoid relay. Oh, there we go. Oh, I am at a farming worksite. Okay. Oh, that's not far at all. Oh, that's not too bad. We could actually head in that direction. Although there is one right down here, too. That's not too bad either. Okay, we could have a think about that. Maybe that's the direction we head in, try and get some more grav panels and stuff. Yeah, it's a little lumpy. I'm not crazy about this. It's not 1, 2, it's just not quite right. It doesn't... We're going to learn to live with this. Okay? We're all going to learn to live with this, I think. How did I do that? My God, that was so good. I'm envious of myself, which is hard to do. Because I am an egomaniac with an inferiority complex, so it's hard to impress myself sometimes. But boy, I did that one real nice. This is not as nice. You know what I should have done? I just sort of built it as a rectangle and then filled in the thing. Okay, we're just gonna have to live with the fact it's a little lumpy around here. I think I can live with that. It's Buzzkill. It's bothering me too. It's really bothering me too. I'm not sure how I did this. That's the problem. Why are you not doing things down here? Do things down there. We're not out of grav tile, are we? Oh no, we got plenty of that. We got plenty of grav tile. Berg, like anyone, why are we not building this? What's going on here? Grav ship okay, cancel that. And cancel that. Can you not get in here for some reason? Cancel that. That's kind of weird. Mark, welcome. Mark, it's kind of weird. I'm just saying it's kind of weird. Deconstruct. I'm just going to keep picking at this because it's kind of making me nuts. Deconstruct those bits and those bits. We're going to kind of flesh this out a little bit. Okay, so with that done, can you now build this? Like that. Can you do that? Stench, come here. Can you do that? You're already working on it. Okay, great, good. Do you have a door out? Yeah, it's somewhere. No, we don't have a door out, Poxitive. We don't. It's part of my genius. I know, you're looking at that, Poxitive, saying, that doesn't make any sense. He's just blocked off the only door. And he's wondering why they can't get to the outside to do anything. That's why. It's because you blocked off the door, Dave. And I'm telling you that this is how my brain works, Poxitive. This is how this all comes together. So you're looking at that going, wow, what a dummy. And I'm looking at this going, well, I'm saying two things, really, Poxitive. So you're looking at the fact that I sealed everyone inside the spaceship to their doom. Also, Berg has a fish. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but Berg has a fish. So you're looking at this, Poxitive. You're saying, wow, what a dummy. He just locked everyone inside the ship. And I'm looking at this saying, this is how my brain works. So when you're looking at this, understand two things. One, at a subatomic level, at a level you and I would not even consider to be, perceptible, this is genius. Hashtag geniusosity. The other thing to keep in mind is thank whatever deity you pray to that you're not Mrs. Dave. Because she has to live with this all the time. If you think this is just me in RimWorld, you are sadly mistaken. This is me every day. We went to the grocery store yesterday. It was not okay. Okay? It was not okay. Me in a grocery store with Mrs. Dave, who is extremely organized and very smart, and then me. And I assure you this will work. All right, we've done smithing. Let's get machining going on here. All right, do the machining. Now, we have a door, so we can start working on other things now, like putting up the things here. Also, I should figure out where steel lives. because we probably need that. And this is only two tiles wide, so 1, 2, and then up. My other alternative is to extend this, which is not the dumbest idea I've ever had. I've had worse ideas. And then this comes down 2, so I need another one there. Start doing things like this. I think instead of trying to match the other one, I'm going to make the other one match this. They say that opposites attract. Yes, there's me and Mrs. Dave. Are we opposites? I mean, we've been married a while, so we're kind of the same person at this point, which is really freaky. Hang on, coffee. But we're opposite in the sense we have no similar tastes in media. So I don't like her music and she doesn't like mine. I don't like her books and she doesn't like mine. And I don't like her movies and she doesn't like mine. The only thing we can meet on is superhero movies. And general action movies are okay too. We can meet there. We both love superhero movies. And just any sort of general action. Like she likes the Fast and the Furious series, and I can put up with that. That's an okay series. So that's the kind of thing we can agree on. Not so much on virtually anything else. So this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Don't forget you said you wanted to do steel. Hang on. This is not what you wanted to. Cancel that. Cancel that. Cancel that. Okay, and then do that again, but do it different. So this, yeah, see, we're running out of steel here. This is the problem. That, and that. Okay. Steel. Stay focused, Dave, as best as you possibly can. I know it's torture. Your mind just doesn't work with focus. It just drifts off in random genius directions. My goodness, this is a big mountain. That might be one of the biggest mountains I've ever seen in RimWorld. That's basically the whole map. Just a giant mountain. Okay. Any actual pockets of steel? Or are we just going to have to start randomly mining things and hoping for the best? Wow. What is that? That's silver. Okay, well, let's go get that. I mean, that's money. I'm not going to turn down money. Is there really not one bit of pokey out steel that we could at least get started on? Oh, you're making it difficult for me here, RimWorld. You're making this a bit of a chore. Not so much there. No. Okay, we're just going to have to start punching through the mountain and hoping for the best. DeHook, you should be on #1 mining because that's what all the children do in my colonies. Let's do this as close to home as we can. So just start mining. Just go right through here. And then we're just going to start bisecting this mountain. So that and anything in here that might be steel. Oh, this is going to take darn close to forever. Okay, off you go, kids. Have fun. Have fun. That's what I'm doing, Mark. Mining and hoping. Basically, mining and hoping. How much steel do I actually have? I have 1 piece of steel. 1. Okay, well, good news I didn't deconstruct the freezer before I thought of this. How about, speaking of deconstructing, is there anything here we could be deconstructing? Granite? Nothing really there. Any of these steel? Yeah, there we go. There's a steel table. Is all this steel? That's marble. That's an ancient generator. Deconstruct that. There's probably some steel in there. Marble doors. Why are they building everything out of marble? Everything's marble around here. What am I going to do with marble? Nothing. Well, I could do some nice floors. I could do some very, very nice floors. Who's on #1 mining? Literally nobody. Okay, the kid's going to have to be on #1 mining. Everyone is basically terrible at it. All of these people are terrible miners. They're just awful. And we don't actually have enough to seal off that one area there. Also, Dave, you put no blueprint there to tell them to do that. So you said that very quickly. Like, we don't have enough steel. Didn't actually put a blueprint in. There might be enough steel. There might be. What are the sandbags made out of? Cloth. You know what? I'll take some cloth. Actually, I will take some cloth. Yep, let's break down our defenses. That's smart. So put that there and just get all of this. The cloth will do for the pants and the shirts and the whatnots and that kind of thing. Any more steel structures they might have left us? Nope. Nope, not at all. Another farming worksite. What's this? Ancient storage? Yeah, sure. Deconstruct it. I just need a few pieces of steel. Well, now we're definitely going to have to move because I need to find somewhere that has steel. Is there anyone locally that has steel? What is this? This is farming. That is a completely other tribe. That's the ancient mechanator complex. We won't go over there. Farming again. bunch of farmers, not a bunch of miners. Okay, what's this? That is, show me, caverns. Okay, I mean, that probably would have steel, but I can't guarantee that. And I kind of want to head in this direction. So what's going on over here? Cliffs and cave pools and gazelles. That sounds actually very nice. Except for the gazelles. I mean, obviously we're going to murder them. That goes without saying, right? How's the food is going well? We've got some fish. Fish are happening. I should actually probably back burner the fish idea a little bit. Hang on, coffee. There we go. So I should probably back burner the fish thing a little bit. Ooh, a table. That might be a nice idea. Maybe I'll start to move the shelving and stuff into here. And then we can make this room a little bit nicer in that it could have maybe like some vague kind of dining area. I know, we're getting nuts around here. It's just crazy. But maybe they just don't have to eat standing up all the time. Wow, the deconstruction's going really well. Good job, Stench. Any other steel pieces we could get into right now? Not really seeing anything. This is all marble, right? That's all marble. DeHook, how's the mining going? We have not even begun to mine. What are you doing? You're digging a compacted machinery. Oh, yeah, good job. No, that's cool. We'll take that. Never gonna hurt to have some components around here. Guys, we gotta get the ship sealed because, we can't go anywhere until the ship is sealed a little bit. Can I deconstruct this from where it is right now? Let's find out, shall we? And anything else I could be deconstructing. What are these made out of? That's a steel shelf. You know what? Just take that down because I'm gonna be moving shelves around anyway. Just deconstruct that. It'll just give us some more steel, and then we can finish off the things that we need. There. No, not that one, Stench. Okay, that's fine. Go do that one. That's cool, too. And then we could actually... And he was able to deconstruct that one behind the shelf, so we can definitely get all of these out of here. All right. This will come together shortly. I assure you this is genius. Whatever that is, an ancient large crate. Deconstruct that. I wonder where the ancient evil is here. Giant mountains. I mean, that's far more base than you would ever possibly need if you wanted to carve into that mountain. I know, Buzzkill, we're working on it. It's kind of starting to come together. I know it doesn't seem like that to you now, or indeed to you later, but it will in the fullness of time. I know that's technically later, but, here we are. Start bumping all of these over. So that could go there, and then all of these are going to have to go over too. So that... And then this one, yep, yep, here we go. Red hot admin action. That's what we're doing here. All right, all of that's getting moved. This is getting moved. Yeah, move this shelf over like this. Okay. Well, a little bit more room in there, if nothing else. You can fly with the ship open, just don't go into space. Problem has been dealt with. We have fixed the problem. Okay, that bump is just going to annoy the heck out of me, isn't it? How? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then it goes like straight up from here. How did I make this work? It doesn't matter right now. I don't have the steel. Is our power out? Hey, no, Stench, can you just go refuel that? One thing we do have is quite a lot of wood, so if you can just go take care of that, that'd be great. I'm sorry. Did you? Oh, you repaired it. Oh, you never do hauling. Of course you don't. Knife will. Yeah, knife's not fussy. There we go. Okay, just get the lights back on, please. Thank you. How's the baby? Are you going to be an adult anytime soon? God, I wish I had a baby tube. Throw a baby tube right in here. Get that kid out of here. Are we taking this apart? So this goes from 1, 2, 3 to that. Straight up. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3 down. All right, I'm going to try and find a bunch of steel and then just do all of this and then cut out the bits I don't want. It's that thing about how do you carve a statue of a horse. You get a block of wood and you take out all the bits that don't look like a horse. So I'm going to do that, but with a spaceship instead. And then if we've got the time, which we do, can I build over that steam vent? I don't really need it right now. Am I allowed to do that? It doesn't actually say that I can't. Just for argument, can I do that? No, it's already occupied. All right, well, I'm not going to get the... Maybe I could do something here. Do something like that and like that. I've still got 198 panels. But you don't have the steel to do anything with those 198 panels, Dave. That's the problem, isn't it? Knife tearing through research. Wow, everyone's fishing. Okay, so we probably don't need, like, that much fit. Bertha, you're eating in a lake. You're eating in a lake. We probably don't need that much fishing. We could maybe do other things. There's wolverines and badgers around here. Boy, war badger sounds great, but I am not risking a 50% chance of taming them. Go kill that guy. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to turn this off for right now. So don't fish in there. I'd rather we killed, like, four-legged animals, because that'll get us cloth and leather to do our clothing over here. Speaking of which, how's that going? Well, do we have anyone doing tailoring? Not really. Not really. Knife is just research expert. Okay. Bird, why don't you get into some tailoring as well? You're number one on crafting. You're number one on tailoring. Stench can handle construction and plants. I don't really have anything else to construct until we get more steel. And now Stench is just, like, obsessed with repairing things, which is probably good. That's probably a very, very good thing to be obsessed about, repairing stuff. But I'd like to get this... I'd like to make this work somehow in my eyes, because this is just no good. I know that the ship is technically functional, but it's no good. I wonder if I could just put shelves out there. Fly around with some shelves, land, and they'd still be there. I assume I probably could. Any mining? No, not a bit. DeHook's just getting down here to do the very, very first block. Boy, there better be some steel right behind that thing. That'd be great. Also, things. How are we doing on the whole chem fuel thing? 220, 180. We need a chem fuel generator. So we need to be making more of this. So what am I looking for here? Production, chem fuel, biofuel, whatever. And put that... I can just live out here. I don't really care. We've got plenty of wood. And actually not sure I can build that because we may not have the steel to do it. But we'll get some... No, Stench, don't bother repairing all of that. Apparently you have nothing else to do. What else could you be doing? You could be doing some mining, couldn't you? Why don't you go on number one mining? I know you're terrible at it too. But yeah, wow, your guys are awful. Just go number one on mining right now. Back off of construction. I don't actually have anything for you to build. There's nothing to build around here because I don't have any steel to do it. Coffee. So back to the world map. I want to see if maybe in this direction there might be like a steel mining site. That's probably too much to hope for. Yeah, that's probably not going to work out. No, that's somebody lives there. What do we got here? Terraforming scar, increased animal life. Chris's wound. Wow. Who's Chris? That he got such a great thing going. Ancient chem fuel refinery. Huh. That sounds kind of cool. I bet it probably has ancient chem fuel. Also, apparently, dangerous security systems. And that's kind of in the direction... Well, it's kind of past the direction we want to go, really, isn't it? Don't really want to go that far. So we're looking at getting down here somewhere. I want to make sure we leave with a ton of food. In fact, let's keep bumping that up. We've got the freezer. There's no reason not to be making like all the food possible out of this. So keep cooking and cooking and cooking. Go for 100. Go for 100 meals. I dare you. Go for 100 meals. And see if we can get all those in. And why are we not... Did this keep its things? Yeah, it kept its things. There's nobody doing hauling. Why would I expect there to be anyone doing hauling? Stench is down here working on one very, very slow block. Wow. This is going to take forever. You will get very good at mining, though, probably. Yeah, I need lots of steel, Mark. Lots of steel. I'm just going to kind of go around again, maybe see if there's anything that I missed. Just one. I've got the silver over there. Just nothing. Nothing exposed. Nothing I can't immediately see. Could go get this. That will have some... Well, she's probably going to have steel chunks. The slag. Hey, that's a thought. You could put the smithy up and then just do it from slag. There's got to be some slag around here somewhere. There always is. That's not a terrible idea. Let's do that. Except I don't think I have the steel to build the smithy to get the slag to do all the stuff. Stench, I see you're choosing not to sleep in the... Well, I'd like to say dormitory, but dormitory implies at least a separation of beds, I think. This has nothing. It's just one giant bed with a baby in between them. So you're choosing to sleep elsewhere. I would too. I would have been over in the tailoring room as well. You know what? I'm going to sleep over there. That's what I'm going to do. I could deconstruct this. I don't really need that. That will have some steel in it. Probably enough to do what I want to do. Lynx sitting. Yes. Answer yes. What do we got? The Empire is calling. They want me to take care of a lynx named Burp for 8 days. And it's a paralyzed link. Oh, goodness, yes. Absolutely, we'll do that. What is the book here? It's obviously melee. That's pretty easy. Sure. I'll take a paralyzed lynx. Who wouldn't? Right? Who wouldn't take a paralyzed lynx? We need an animal sleeping spot here. So, animals. Put the paralyzed lynx... there? There? Yeah, there. That seems fine. And what is your lynx name? What's your lynx moniker? Oh, right, Burp. Could somebody go get the lynx? Just go, thank you, go rescue Burp. There we go. And put you in here. Now, when you say you're paralyzed, are you actually paralyzed? Because I've had issues with that before. They bring the animal in. Oh, the animal's paralyzed. It's going to be wicked easy to take care of. And then they get up and start wandering around. It's very fussy. You know what, on that? Seeing as I'm just saying that right now, do I have a zone for inside the ships? I have stick close to the ship, but we need to expand that, seeing as we've got more ship. So do that, and then this in here. I'll put the links in there too, just in case it decides to get up. So, and then these bits are already in there. Okay, cool. So just in case the lynx decides to go for a bit of a wander, it's saying I can't do that now because it's paralyzed. But it will get up. You know that's going to happen. Yeah, so Burp's here. We're working on things. Have we done any clothing? Oh, Berg is in there right now. Berg's working on his very first shirt. Mining. Wow, we've got one whole block taken out. Oh, God. This is going to take forever. We're never going to have enough steel. It's just not going to happen. Keep checking. Keep checking for things that I could potentially deconstruct. So all these slag chunks. See, there is slag out here. But I need steel to construct the smithy to do that. What are these made out of? Ancient fence. Okay. Can I just, just deconstruct everything? Is there a roof here? Clear, remove roof. Okay, there's no roof there. That's fine. So deconstruct all of this. That might be steel in there. I know this bit's marble, but the fence might be steel. It would be very elaborate to build a marble fence. That seems too much, frankly. Coffee, face. Do the math. Oh, the coffee's getting on the cold side. That's no good. How about this door? Marble door. Okay, I am just boned for steel. God, it's like my early 20s all over again. Hook's trying to convert Bertha. Yeah, don't do that. Her certainty has fallen from 100% to 100%. Worst conversion ever. I think to Hook, you actually convinced her to embrace her own ideology. She's like wicked keen on it now. You're like, you're right. My ideology is way better than yours. Thank you for trying to convert me. It might have to be a murder steel party. You're not wrong about that, Buzzkill. That's why I'm looking for steel mining sites or any kind of mining site. There we go. Stench is changing clothing. That unfortunately, that's not the person who had tattered apparel. So just keep rolling on it. Let's get some more four-legged animals slaughtered because that will be obviously leather. It's not so much that I need the meat. I need the leather. And speaking of food, how is the food basically going here? What are we doing over here? Rice? Why did we not sow that? That was an odd choice for me. Huh. I make odd choices sometimes. I just sort of assume it's genius and then go about my day-to-day life. Hashtag geniusosity. All right. So we don't have steel. There's nothing really to deconstruct that we already haven't done. How about this car? Deconstruct that. Probably just be slag chunks, but it'll be something. Wow. Just not moving on that mining. I need like a one-person refugee quest who happens to come by and be like a level 20 miner with a drill arm. who can just, and also, like, whatever the thing is where you don't sleep. And just punch through this mountain like it was made out of butter. All right, the kid's been drawn on the floor. They're kind of obsessed working over here. Also, I should think about things to sell. I brought them a table. I'm going to put a light up. I'm sort of all over the place right now, and I understand that. It's just sometimes when you're a genius, it all comes together a little bit slowly. Hashtag geniusosity. So I could put the table up. That'll give them somewhere to eat. I just don't really know what this room is going to be yet. It might be a private bedroom. I could draw a wall, like right there, and that could be somebody's bedroom. Probably Bertha and the kid are my bed. Oh, we've already done machining. Well done, man. Okay, now I have to have a bit of a think. Batteries would be a great idea, as would hydroponics. So, you know what? We're sitting here kind of doing nothing. So just go into battery. Just get that done. I should have a battery room of some sort. I don't, because we're still relying on a wood-fired generator to power our, I want to say spaceship, but again, it's just a glorified airplane at this point. But a wood-fired generator is providing all the electricity to this place. We can fly all over the planet eventually, but no, we're just relying on just throwing a bunch of logs in a fire to power our electricity. Do I have somebody on handling? To hook, you're actually really good at that, weirdly. And don't be like so hip on cleaning. I don't care if it's a bit of a mess. I'd rather you were focused on mining and taking care of the paralyzed lynx. Also, we can get a book about punching people. It's a very exciting time around here. What's the bed made out of? Marble. Of course it is. Couldn't be a steel bed. No, no, no. That's a granite bed. That's also a granite bed. What are these things made out of? Ah, see, that's a steel cage. Well, open it, I guess. And we'll just get the dead people out of there. And then I could deconstruct the cages. So, cancel and then open everything. Okay, everybody go crack open a dead person cage. And we'll get whatever's in there out of there, and then I can deconstruct the cages themselves. This is how this is all going to come together. I'm going to desecrate the dead so I can build a teeny little bit more spaceship, and hopefully the biofuel thing. And also, like, everything else that I need, the smithy. How about maybe I cancel the biofuel thing in favor of putting up the smithy, because the smithy gets me steel. I need the biofuel, I just don't need it right now. So I think we'll be okay if we don't have that. And Berg, you're, no wait, Stench, you're wicked into the deconstruction thing. So when you do that, what are you on right now? You're on number 1 mining, aren't you? Back off, go back to number 1 construction, because that'll also be deconstruction too. We're probably not going to get a ton of steel out of this, but we might just get enough to do what I want to do. Berg, where are you going with Harry Igor? Or wait, no, you're with Bertha. Never mind. Where's the baby? Okay, baby still intact, still alive. Really wants to play. Yeah, we all do, kid. We all do. You're on a, again, glorified airplane that we keep tacking bits onto, and you're fleeing from robots. Maybe we're not thinking about playing right now. Just saying, maybe we don't think about playing. Maybe we do something else. Besides, what are you going to play? You're like 6 months old. It's not like you can play Monopoly or Scrabble. If you can't play Scrabble, I'm not interested in you. Really, no, true. That's the true story. If you can't play Scrabble, I'm not interested. That's my number 1 requirement for meeting new people. I just ask them immediately. Before we even get to name, I'm just like, so, like, what's your best Scrabble score? Because I know mine. And if you don't know yours, then I'm just saying. We're working on deconstructing all of this first. That's fine. I mean, the blocks will be handy for something. And let's keep the murders going on, because that keeps the leather going on. We are well stocked in food. Food is looking pretty good right now. Is there a number 1 cook? It is Berg. Okay. So, wow, Berg's terrible. My number 1 cook is a cooking skill of 5. Oh, it's not the greatest team, is it? It's just not the greatest team. 14 for Buzzkill. See, at least you know your best score. 217 for me. 217. Juveniles across 2 triple word scores. It's great. One of the greatest moments of my life. It was like my wedding and then that Scrabble score after that. All right. Potatoes are coming in. We got nothing out of that? Not even like a small piece of steel out of that? Ah, come on. That's bunk. That's no good. Stench, what are you going to go do now? You are deconstructing an ancient pipeline section. I think you already did it. Yep, you repair. Oh, you did get some steel. Okay. You're using that to repair things, though. I mean, that's good. We should probably repair things, I guess. Berg's got a pair of pants. So who has issues? Knife and Berg and Stench. Berg, remind me what your problem was? Your problem was your pants. Well, you just made pants. You literally just made pants. Why don't you go get a pair of pants? Are we on a... Okay, we're not on a no raggedy thing. Okay, hang on. So let's edit that. So I need a new thing. Yeah, new one. And we're going to call that don't wear terrible clothes. Clothes. Okay. And nothing tainted. So nothing tainted. And then nothing that is below like 50-ish. Yeah, 52. That's fine. 52 is good. Okay. Don't do that. And then you don't wear terrible clothes. And you can clear that force one. Excuse me 1 second. So that that should help with the whole people having tattered apparel. In fact, it already has. Knife has already got some better pants on. And while we're thinking about that, why don't we set up a campfire and we'll start burning the ratty clothes. Again, the one thing we do have is plenty of wood and plenty of access to wood. So I'm not worried about having to fuel that thing. No move on desecrating the dead yet, huh? No, okay, I'm keen on desecrating the dead because they're in steel cages. So I'd kind of like to pop the corpses out, and I really want the steel. The dead people can just, well, stay there. They can go up here with these guys. Is that where I'm putting ratty clothing? Was I smart enough to do that? No. No, we just sort of, did we strip them? Weird. Was there a reason I stripped them? Why would I take a corpse's clothing off? That's weird. Maybe they had a good thing on it or something. I don't really remember. Wow, Knife! You are just cruising through the research. Wow, you're up to into like 15. You were 13 the last time I looked at you. Knife is going to be very, very, very smart. Okay. I don't have steel to do that light. I've got a little bit of steel to do this, and then I could probably deconstruct. Not that. That's not what I want to do. Actually, it is kind of what I did in here. This is actually almost coming together to be the shape I want it to be. I think. So I need one more piece here, one more piece there. I think I just need more pieces there, and then deconstruct the inside. Next time I'm doing everything as a box. And then I'll just, again, carve out the bits I don't like. Are we down on power again? We're down on power again. Is anyone awake? Knife, where are you? Going for a walk? Yeah, could you not? Actually, could you refuel that generator? Thanks so much, kid. You're just a treasure. Absolute treasure. I love everything that you're doing, especially the being wicked smart thing. That part's awesome. Okay. Do I want to? I could convert this room into a kitchen dining room. We've done batteries already. Neat. Sure, just go right into hydroponics. I'm not really sure what direction I want the research to go in, so just do something. Doing something is better than doing nothing. More food coming in. Could we keep the killings going on, please? Just keep the killings going, and just take care of all the wild boars. Just have no wild boars. Just do an extinction level event on wild boars. Do the buildings need light because that conduit is steel? No, the buildings actually don't need light. No, this one does because we're doing work in there. We could definitely get rid of that light and then the conduit. It'll be like one piece of steel, but it's better than no steel at all. So deconstruct. Wow, there wasn't actually that much there. I kind of need these ones because that's what's powering the light. You can get rid of this light though. We don't need that light, and we don't need that light. Deconstruct that. Again, no signs on desecrating the dead, huh? Oh, there's 10 steel right there. Wow. That was a good chunk of steel. Knife good at mining. None of them are good at mining. No, I don't think any of them are good at mining. So, nope. Nope, terrible. It's two. None of them are good at mining. I don't have a single good miner in here. All right, so we got that up, and we did this bit. So now I just need this to match this. I think this one's bigger. Let me pan out a little bit here. How did I do that? Because it doesn't go up. like that. I think this goes out wider. I think I need to do panels right in here and then take out the inside bit. And somehow that works. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm not just counting for counting. I'm actually have a point to this counting. So all of those measurements work. Next time, just big box. Big box. Yes, the cages are steel. That's why we're trying to desecrate the dead. Is that a hauling task? That might be a hauling task. You're digging at compacted machinery. You suck at that. And you're reading a book. Could we open all of these, please? I know, dead guy, cage. It's a little grim. That's probably a hauling task. Now, yeah, deconstruct that. There we go. Okay, so DeHook, I know you're doing a thing. And then Berg, what are you doing? You're hunting. I'll go ahead and let you do that. Bertha, what are you up to? Oh, you're breastfeeding Harry Igor. Wow, that was a weird phrase I just said. That was the thing I just said. There we go. Oh, wow. Is it one? Oh, it's 30 pieces of steel. Oh, these are definitely worth it. Keep up the desecration of the dead. Oh, yeah. Don't stop desecrating the dead. Just do all of it. Just do that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one. Oh, there's all sorts of good stuff in here. And by all sorts of good stuff, I mean steel. Totally. Yep, so there we go. That, and a little bit of that. Quest. We'll look at you in a sec. The deep finger. Ooh, that sounds weird when you say it out loud, doesn't it? Deconstruct all of these things. Okay. Steel right below the ship. No, I'm not really seeing that. There's an eclipse. That I don't really care too much about that. So I think this needs to come out here, down. And then take out the inside bits. Who's having a break risk? DeHook, what is your problem? You're like 11. You're ravenously hungry. Go get something to eat. Yeah, there's rotting corpses everywhere, kid. I just unlocked all the rotting corpses. They're all over the place. Stench is going to sleep with one of them. I mean, not like in that kind of way, but I mean, sleep in the same room. Has a couple of them. Actually, there's 2 of them in here. Maybe I'll just put the kid on number 1 hauling. I mean, if he hates corpses that much, why not just make him move more of them? So haul that. Back off of mining because you're terrible at it anyway. And that might be... What did we get? What are we getting out of these? We're getting like 30 steel per cage. That's not bad. I would like to put these together somehow. I really want this room to work. See, that's only 3. Maybe this does go straight up. Maybe there's one here. I don't know anymore. I'm so confused by my own spaceship. I'm just going to kind of ignore it. Let me check out this deep finger here. What's going on? A relic. It's okay. So it's like an ideology thing. The deep finger. Wait, our relic is called the deep finger? That's weird. Ancient object, venerated. We could look for it. Okay, we'll have a think about that. Murderous beasts. Now that sounds way more interesting. All right, so what do we got? The Empire again. 5 manhunting swans. Maybe. Your rewards are not that good. I don't really care about a psychic sensitizer, although I could sell it to somebody. That would be valuable to sell. I could live with... Again, where am I going to put a throne room so the honor is kind of inconsequential? Gene pack for a horn. Yeah, I mean, sure. Who doesn't want a horn in the middle of their head? I mean, everyone wants to be a unicorn, right? Or a nice shirt and some jade. The jade is probably the best thing going on there. No just, goodwill. Do I really want to deal with 5 manhunting swans? I think not. Not for these rewards. Nobody's given up good rewards lately. I'm gonna pass on that. Better rewards, I'd be all over that like a cheap suit. Good. Okay, more things are coming together here. And yep, more 30 steel there. You're gonna take that one. That'll be probably another 30 steel. All good stuff. And tons of meals. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the kid on number 1 hauling and handling, looking after the paralyzed links. Just to get all this stuff moved. Just lots of things need to happen here. And actually, I could put down a whole other shelf down here. I've got the room for it. So do a shelf like this. And we put some more food on it. Do cages give a move debuff? Probably. I mean, I would. If I walked into my house and there was a dead guy in a cage, I'd be pretty bummed out. First of all, I'd have some very, very immediate questions for my wife. After that, I'd be looking at the cat. And after that, I would assume that somebody broke in and left a cage with a dead guy in it. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is not a subtle thing. You break into somebody's house, sure. But you break into somebody's house and you drag in a giant gibbet cage with a dead person in it. Like the houses in our neighborhood are pretty close together. I think somebody's going to figure that one out. They're going to be looking over the fence going, is that like a giant cage with a dead guy in it? Also, that's not our neighbor. Also, they're breaking in through the window. That's odd. So it would definitely give me a mood debuff. Not only for the dead guy in the cage, but also the smell of the dead guy in the cage. And also because I'd been burglarized. So that, nobody likes that. We've made pants. That's a very exciting thing to say. So we've done some pants. Pants are very exciting. And did we do? Yeah, we did the Who's What's It up here. While the kid's on number 1 hauling, why don't you just burn anything that is less than like 51 hit points? There we go. Yeah, burn anything. All right, so close that out. Do that forever. And then also, while you're doing that, why don't you also burn anything tainted? Doesn't matter what it is. I don't care what quality it is. Just burn anything that's tainted. So nothing clean, only tainted stuff. I don't care about biocoded. That means nothing to me. So do that forever. This is what your basement's for. Ha! Joke's on you, Crimson. Don't have a basement. So it helps with the flood insurance, though. Boy, I tell you what, you call up your insurance company from a flood zone and say, don't actually have a basement. They're like, oh my God, we love you. We will give you such a good rate. So yeah, we don't actually have a basement or an attic, in case you're curious. You got burglarized. How'd they get past the shotgun traps and landmines? The trap corridor is a work in progress. Mrs. Dave has been a little bit fussy about me actually trapping the backyard. The theory sounds great. She's like, yeah, in embryo, I love that idea. But when we get down to like the harsh legalities of setting up deadly traps in your backyard, it turns out, after speaking to legal experts, not really what you want to do. You're opening up a path to liability there is what you're doing. You're saying to yourself, I would like to get sued. And how soon can you sue me? Please sue me. So we haven't actually laid out a trap corridor, as surprising as that may seem, and I know it is surprising. Okay, if this room is just going to be this room, then what happens if I take that bit out? I want to find out. Take that bit out. I just want to see what happens. We've accumulated a grand total of 44 steel, but there is a little bit more on the map. So we have some steel. I just want to find out what happens when we do that. Oh, no, that's no good. Oh, no. No, that's no good at all. We're going to have to put that back. So put up... Oh. Is it this and this? No, that's clearly 3 tiles. Clearly 3 tiles. Maybe I did the wall wrong. I probably did the wall wrong. That sounds like something I'd do. I might have just done this one as bait. I've got to figure this out. It's just making me insane right now. Deconstruct all of this. I wouldn't actually mind a copy-paste thing for this. Just copy that, flip it, and paste it over here. Because all the other dimensions work. This is like the couch thing from Douglas Adams. Like the couch literally can't leave the room even though it got in there. I know this works because I've done it. Buzzkill, you're right. I mean, if they're not around to tell the tale, that does help. It's just that family members come by and friends, and they're like, "Look, I had a family member. He told me he was coming to burglarize your place, and now we can't find him. And I also noticed there's a freshly dug grave in your backyard, so I will be alerting the authorities." It's not just the burglar. I appreciate the advice, but on advice of our lawyer, we have not laid out deadly traps in the backyard. I would love to do it for the squirrels and the woodpeckers and the rabbits and every other pest that comes into my house. Although they've been strangely very nice about my vegetables this year, they haven't actually eaten hardly any of my vegetables. The bunnies seem to be largely concerned with eating our clover, which is, I understand that's the thing they like to do. But I specifically set out bait tomatoes for the squirrels. I said, look, you can have these tomatoes. Just don't eat the other things. I put them so accessible. Like if you're a squirrel, this is the easiest thing in the world to get. And they refuse to eat them. They're also not eating anything else, so I'm not complaining, but it's just like they're not into my baked tomatoes. And they're very nice tomatoes. I've had some. They're cherry tomatoes. They're delightful. All right, so all of this comes apart. And then we're drawing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. The third one is the one that starts the diagonal. So I think it might go down like that. If I did just regular grav ship hull, is it like this? How the heck did I do this? Because that clearly goes in immediately. Is it like that? It might be like that. How many things are here? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is definitely a hull. That's absolutely a hull. Is there one here? Do this. I dare you. I'm just putting all that back together. It's way too confusing. Way too confusing. All right. The funny looking one is one too many on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yes, you're right. It is. Aha. Aha. Deconstruct that. That might be the thing. And then, no, deconstruct the foundation. Remove that foundation. Okay. And then, are we sure about that? You know, it's good enough. I just don't know why the... Okay, I think that works now. I think that actually works now. It's not quite perfect, but it'll do. Okay, that looks better. That looks better. All right, so I had one too many at the bottom. Thank God I can breathe again. Yeah, all right. This is what it's like to live in my head all the time. I joke about the little Adrian monk that lives in my head, but that was making me completely insane. How about we don't store everything that we're storing here? How about we just do foods? So meal, raw food, baby food, chocolate, hemogen, pemmican. Thank you. And make that like really important. There we go. They're already moving stuff. They must not have too much else to do. They're doing a lot of hauling tasks. So did we move all the dead people? Yeah, we appear to have moved all the dead people. Cool. Well, we won't be seeing those again. Let me put to hook off of hauling. Maybe back onto mining and cleaning. He's not going to do any cleaning. Wow, we've gotten like 3 blocks out of that. We haven't even gotten this last bit over here. But this makes me so much happier. So much happier. Okay, now, what am I going to do with this room? Oh, P.S., by the way, heads up. Do I have, I bet I do, enough steel to do the smithy? So, do I know the smithy? I mean, not the person himself. Yeah, fueled smithy. We've got wood. We may as well use a fueled one. It'll save on the power. And then chair, just for the sake of having a chair. I keep saying we've got the wood. Are we... Yeah, we might have used up a lot of the stuff we have. So let's just do a real quick decimate the local landscape kind of thing. Go ahead, reduce that by 10%. I dare you. That is so much better. Crimson, I don't use corn because raccoons go for corn. And they will take all of it. Now, in defense of your statement, corn is stupidly easy to grow. It's just ridiculous. Like, you just fire and forget. You don't have to pay attention to corn at all. It'll handle itself. So as a bait crop, you're not wrong. That's an easy one. You don't have to tend to it. You just leave it alone. But I kind of stopped doing corn because I like corn. And then the day before it's ripe, the raccoons come and get it because they know. And so it's not going to help with the squirrels. The squirrels didn't care about the corn. The squirrels now are actually obsessed with my neighbor's apple tree. So we've done hydroponics. Again, I'm throwing things down because I don't really know what we want to do right now. So how about... Could get into noble apparel. You know what? I know this sounds stupid, but just do harp. Because it's wicked quick. And at some point we're going to have a throne room. And I'm going to be like, now we need a harp. Now I got to sit and research it. It'll just be done. It'll be out of the way. Again, it doesn't make any sense. We're not getting a harp right now. I mean, I could put a harp down. It would give them something to do. Give them some sort of, I don't know, harp experience. Harp exposure. Exposure to the harp. And then it's a recreation thing, if nothing else. Okay, the ship is looking much better now. I'm back to 201 on the Gravlite panels. And not really a lot of steel. 99 steel. That'll get a what? Incoming mechs. Okay. Do we know when they're coming? Gather my supplies. I'd love to. Alright, so... Stench is on a shoot frenzy. 1 quadrum. Oh, so I've got like a whole season. So it is... It's December, but it's permanent summer. It's almost the end of December. So, in a season, on the 12th of whatever it is, we gotta leave. Okay. Point taken. Then we're gonna start to put things together. The food is going very well. We're up to 78 meals in our freezer here. And also, now that I did that, I could also expand this area a little bit here. So expand all of that. And actually, we can expand up into there, too. So we don't necessarily need to focus on food. Also, just for asking the question, because now I'm thinking about food, when we're saying raw food, we're allowing all the animals. Yes, we are. We're allowing all of the animals. Okay, so all of the new animals are accounted for there, too. I had to go through every run and update all the bills and stuff and all the storage things to allow for all the animals. So I'm pretty cool on food. Food's good. It doesn't look like we're really getting any kind of steel out of this map. If we're going to be out of here that quickly, what is my best first move? I really forget the smithy. Now put up the biofuel thing, because we need to get out of here. I have 99 steel, and a marble ain't one. I don't know. I'm trying to do the 99 and ain't one thing, but it's not. It's really not coming together. So let's just do the biofuel thing. Put up the biofuel refinery, just so we have enough fuel to leave. More than anything. Okay, put that back on. So we've got a countdown. The ship looks way better now. Way better. I think next time, when we jump, which will probably be tomorrow, when we land, I'm going to start to extend this area or the nose of it. Not really sure how that's going to go. I should have just done a big cube. Cube, that's all I need. Your ultimate shape in Odyssey is a board ship. A big box. Again, the diagonal walls are cool. We see how it goes with me, but in general, they're very, very cool. I love that as an addition. But I'm just not capable of that. I should just draw a big box. Big, giant box. I'm thinking extend down here, not obviously where the thrusters are. Or maybe I'll move the thrusters, I don't know. And then probably move the whatchamacallit, the engine down here, just to free up some space. This could be a little bit more of a living area. Optimistically, still don't know what this is yet. I might just draw a wall here and make a separate bedroom. And move. Bertha and... Sorry, Bertha, who are you into? Who did you have a baby with? Okay, yeah, Stench. Bertha and Stench could just have one room with the baby. That would free up a bunch of stuff up here. Rectangle be better. Well, we can argue rectangle square all day. I'm going to go square. That's the hill I'm going to die on. You can go rectangle. And the great thing is we're both right. Wait a minute. Hold on. Boredom. I have never seen this alert before. I've never seen that alert. Is this like getting the social bunny in The Sims? Have you failed so much? I've never seen them. I've never seen that alert. Ever. Boredom. The game is actually telling me they are just critically bored, dude. You've got to give them something to do. It ain't working out. Okay, in the interim, we could have just a horseshoe pin. That'll give them something to do. It's not going to be there for long. Okay, so we'll try and figure out something. Again, if I can move the engine down here, I could make this into a little bit more of a living area and maybe cram a chess table or something in there. I've never had a boredom alert. Wow. That's hardcore. That's like the social bunny. You have just failed. Just failed. They're actually sending you an alert on how bored they are. There you go. There's something to do. See, you're not bored anymore. I do need batteries. That's true. To do that, I need steel. And I don't got steel. Okay, slam it into pause mode. Once we get some biofuel cooking, P.S., did we do that? We have not. Once we get some biofuel cooking, we can leave. We can leave at any time. I can leave right now. I think tomorrow, I am going to make this like a dedicated bedroom for Bertha, Stench, and the baby. That'll free up a lot of space over here. it won't free up any space down here. It's not freeing up any space. I'm just moving things from one side to the other. But that'll open up some space over there a little bit for what I don't know. And then extend this down here. Move the engine down here. I may or may not even need to move the thrusters. Maybe I can just keep them right there and just keep extending this thing into some ridiculous tail. Oh, I could. I could make it look like a kite. I could have a tail coming out over here. But yeah, that's going to be the plan. So after all of the debacle of getting this side to match that side, not doing that again, I'll tell you that right now, I can carve this up, make that into a bedroom, get some biofuel going with the intention of just kind of getting out of here. Just leave. And try to find some steel. That's got to be our next objective. I need a place with a bunch of steel. So guys, let's wrap it up there. We'll come back to this tomorrow. And leave again. Just keep bouncing around the map until we find things that we need. Where are we at on food, on cotton and things like that? 88. That's not coming anytime soon, but it probably will. All right, good. We're in good shape. We're in better shape than I think. Apart from the lack of steel, I'm pretty satisfied with where we are right now. So let's jet, and we will come back to this tomorrow and kind of work on this a little bit more. And I don't know. We'll find something to do. You know, you guys know what time it is, as the kids say. Thank you so very, very, very much for coming along and watching this. I am thrilled when anyone at all shows up for this nonsense, and you guys turn up every week, and I have a fantastic time trying to entertain you as best I can. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye.